Hello Internet, Demagen here. Welcome back to some more ENDWALKER. I'm still not well, but my PCR test has come back negative, but 2 lateral flow tests were positive, so no clues. Whatever the case, I'm not well, so COVID or no, we're just going to keep on trucking with as much energy as we can muster. Which, frankly, isn't a lot. But I'm still enjoying the process of the game, not the illness. That's not fun. I can't actually remember what it was that I was... Well, we were doing something with... Oh yeah, we walked through the park, didn't we? I went and did the... I was going to say the carrot quest, the ether current, the ether carrots. Ether carrot quests, because I did manage to play a little bit more earlier, which is why I'm a level 86 now. What did I do? I think I did another dungeon run. I was trying to get some of the cool gear from the Tower of Zots, because I want to see what the set looks like, except that I didn't manage to get any. I got a load of healing stuff though, which is typical. Thankford. Oh yeah, we've got Urianger back to his old tricks. Level 84, we're so far behind. By now, Thankford can tell when his friends are up to something. Did Urianger seem strange to you? More so than usual, I mean. I know he has a penchant for keeping his own counsel, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't worried. Would you go and see if he's alright? Stone and I will remain here and see what else we can learn about the final days. If you hurry, perhaps you can catch up to him. Right, he's upstairs in the main chamber. So yes, I suspect a chunk of the dialogue that I do for this episode, in fact a chunk of my talking, will just have to be boosted, just because I haven't got the energy to project my voice. I mean, I'm already leaning a little bit closer to the microphone than I would normally. Let's see if I can do something about that, because that's no good for me back. See if that's any better. Yeah, I can't boost the microphone. Well, I suppose I could faff around with it, but I'm not going to, because that'll throw everything out. I'll fix it in post. So yes, apologies if my voice audio sounds a little bit weird. Surveying. Urianger, what you doing? I see you. Urianger appears to be heading towards the entrance to Bestways Burrow. Realistically, you'd think Urianger would know better. I mean, it's not like he's never been caught out by us before. So... It seems like a little bit of a pointless contrivance on his part. This idea that he could do something secretive and we'd not find out. He's supposed to be the bright, scholarly one. Urianger ventures off into Mare Lamentorum for reasons unknown. You must tread carefully, else he might sense your presence. Escort? Well, not an escort mission. This is going to be a chase him down mission, isn't it? Not actually anywhere to hide here. I assume. I mean, surely he'd recognise Triskelion if nothing else. You can't see me, Uyange. I'm not here. Nobody here with us golden chocobos. Uyange is wise. ... Ooh, that's pretty. Duty complete. An arrival as timely as ever. That is a chance to overhear my conversation with Living Way, I presume. Not. Twas not mine intent to move in shadow. Nevertheless, I have been asked to do that and more yet again. It is so plain that these strangers could intuit it at a glance. My capacity for silence and secrecy and duplicity. You're terrible at it. When Grahatir did contrive to deliver the first at the price of his own life, I was complicit in the scheme. The sacrifice averted for mercy. Would that I could say the same for Minophilia. One life for one world. And by that bloody bargain brokered by my hand were the signs robbed of a dear comrade and Flamine her beloved daughter. Two souls, whose selflessness was beyond measure, whose resolve was unshakable. They would not be moved even had I thought to protest. But protest I did not. Far from it, I pushed them forward. No effort did I make to seek out alternatives, ones that would not demand such terrible costs. That resignation weigheth heavy on my mind, as does the memory of another lost to mine inaction. Dearest Moonbreeder, it did face death unflinching that we might secure means to bring low the Ascians. In her hour of need I did naught. Dutiful discipline of Louisoix, ever looking to the greater good. Had I shut mine eyes and bid her live instead, mayhap she would be with us today. Selfish wants born of everlasting regrets. Most days I put them from my mind, but could think of naught else when asked to swallow the same bitter draught. Subterfuge and sacrifice. Mayhap the right moral choice, but one I regard with great trepidation. The calamity of Amarat was a tragedy beyond reckoning, one which must never again come to pass. Thus must we struggle, haunted by ghosts of those we have lost, clinging to those we pray we can yet save. What of those we cannot? How do we make peace with the dreadful algebra of necessity? Have faith in yourself and your decisions. Sage counsel indeed. Well, I have leveled Sage a bit. I see. Wisdom as befits a great worm. Oh, was that something that Midgard's Homer told us at one point? Curious that he should think thee in need of such encouragement. Strange. Scarcely can I remember when last we spoke alone and so candidly. It has been a while. I thank thee. For all my supposed skill with words, I find it difficult to express such private thoughts. As for the Lopwitz proposition, I will take time and consider how to respond. It would be to our mutual benefit if we could converse more openly with our aspiring caretakers. A concern I should be glad to address on the Sign's behalf. To dispense with all pretense and move one's heart to another, and bear one's heart to another, is a frightening thing indeed, but we cannot move forward if we take that bold first step, a lesson I have learned many times before and today. What are they saying? Curse these ears, I've heard bugger all. No matter, we've got our plans. Yeah, I think Heidelin is going to turn out to be, well, not a villain, but the hints are there that something is not quite right with this. What is that? It's quite scary. Heidelin's whole purpose is to keep Zodiac bound. But Zodiac's gone. So what does Heidelin do now? How does Heidelin reconcile that nature? And that little hint that we got of the free at last thing. It's like, you know, is Heidelin going to be like our final boss or something? In truth, my reason for travelling hither was to effect a plan of mine own, a plan which may pave a way forward for us all. May, I say, for there is no guarantee of success. 'Tis the reason I set out alone, that failure, should it come, would be mine to bear alone. Yet thou standest before me with proffered hand and open hearts. 'Twould be remiss of me to refuse thy amity, and so I ask, wouldst thou join in my endeavour? Sure. This is not an outfit choice that I would normally go for, if I'm honest. I'm not entirely sure. Why do I not have the gloves for yet? Oh, that'll be why. Setting things straight. I thank thee for accompanying me. 'Tis a simple plan, in truth. We shall not be long away from Bestway's Burrow. Difficult decisions must needs be made in the coming days, but I nevertheless believe we are all of one mind in our desire to save the peoples of Etheris. To make clear our resolve to the Loprits, I would offer them a gift, but its making doth require most singular ingredients. It's not going to be made of carrots, is it? Whoa. Okay, it go from big to little. Ah, an abundance of spongy. Spongy? Sponges. Excellent. I chanced to spy this aggregation when crossing Zodiac's erstwhile prison. Using a spell taught to me by the Namu, I believe these shall suffice for the gift I would fashion. Magic requireth considerable concentration, however. Might I prevail upon thee to stand watch while I perform the incantation? A wondering Daphnia? Right, why am I not getting battle sound effects? Because I'm not getting battle sound effects, am I? No. No, that's weird. I'm getting... Yeah, I'm not getting any battle sound effects. Unless they're being played but they're not coming through the right speakers. But that'd be weird. ... says Uviange. I wonder what the likelihood of being able to reboot my computer is and still getting back into the game. There it is done. Magic ink, every ounce as efficacious as that crafted by the Numo. Rare is the occasion I would conjure mine own, but it is nevertheless a most useful skill. The resulting product is admittedly possessed of no preternatural properties, but its hue is one of mine own choosing, which I pray the Loprits will appreciate. Temujin, here we are, Andre. Oh, thank goodness. I thought you'd been eaten, or perhaps fallen into a crater. Hi, tiny people. Ishtola's been looking all over for you, Temujin. She says she needs to speak with you about something most urgent, dire even. She's also quite clear that she wishes to speak with Temujin alone, which means I'm afraid you must stay behind, Uvianche. But worry not. Just so happens we need your help with an errand, delivering a package from the Watcher's Palace to Bestway's Burrow. It's quite large and heavy, perhaps even too heavy for we poor Loprits. We'd be ever so grateful if you could lend us a hand. Yes, this is suspicious. Are you insinuating I would betray the trust of Highland's Chosen, or worse, do anything to risk getting on Ishtola's bad side? She's clearly not one to be crossed, nor made to wait. Now off with you. I do not trust these tiny fellows. For things that are this cute are also often evil. The wisdom of Demagen. Why do these things... There are leech... Oh, there's a ether current point there. We'll get that while we're here. Now, as far as I know... there was no patch that came with the maintenance today. The game didn't update. None of these are muted. Hold on. Huh. Right, so I've turned off background music. OBS is definitely picking something up, but I can't hear it. Yeah, all I can hear is a click. Oh, I might have to brave the logging queue again. In fact, maybe it's worth doing it now whilst it's still fairly early in the day. Wish me luck, folks. See what time it is. It's 9:55. Let's see how long this takes. There we go. Right. We have appropriate soundage. So, let us go and see whether we have indeed been tricked. Oh, Demagen. Thought you'd be away for far longer. Entire emergency? I said no such thing. But as you are here, I could use your assistance with one small matter. Running Way, a companion of Growing Ways, apparently has much to tell us of the final days. The problem, however, is that he's determined to live up to his name, refusing to stay still long enough for us to hold a conversation. Is there any way he'd like to stop and rest, or perhaps there's a way to slow him down? What's the rush? I was thinking we should wait here. Maybe enjoy a cold mug of carrot juice and... No? Well, if it's really that important. You could try using these balls of moose flesh, not to be confused with the other thing. What? Anyways, other notable feature is his incessant chatter, so you'll have no trouble finding him in a crowd, and when you do, try lobbing your balls at him. Crude, but if it proves effective. He was here in Greatest Ensval when last I saw him. Let's split up and find him. What? I like the fact that we've just skipped past the whole I said no such thing. Oh, here we go. Ow! That's smart. This is meant to be a joke. It isn't funny. First try. Hi. Yes, I'm anyway. Do you mind explaining why you hit me in the face with your balls of moose flesh? Really? I'm highly knowledgeable about the final days. That's the most ridiculous thing I've heard since I woke up. Who told you that joke? As if we've got time to look into the final days when there's so much to do before the Great Voyage. It's true that Heidlin did impart to us knowledge of the event, but I know about as much as any other loppered around here. Less, probably. I don't know why anyone would think it's funny to go around telling people I'm an expert. They better hope I don't get my paws on them. Sorry I couldn't be of more help, but if there's anything else I've work to do. But if there's nothing else I've work to do. And I'm off. Yeah, something is severely wrong here. And I do think we're going to get a Heidlin villain reveal. I mean, she was described as a parasite ages ago. I could find neither hide nor hair of him. Rabbit puns. How did you fare? So he knows no more than the others. Care to explain yourself, Growing Way? Oh, well, you see, I misremembered. Yes, that's it. I misremembered. Terribly sorry about that. When I'm drawing a blank, though, try as I might, I can't remember who I was thinking of. On an unrelated note, what of Urianger? I assume you spoke with him earlier, but did he say when he'll be returning? On his way to the Watcher's Palace with Living Way. Between Growing Way's sudden lapse of memory and our lack of other leads, maybe our time would be better spent lending Urianger a hand. What? Now hold on a moment. It's all coming back to me. Yes, I remember. The information you're looking for is in the archives. Yes, that's where you'll find all sorts of useful information, including that pertaining to the final days. Oh, come on. As if you're falling for this. Yes, this outfit's hideous. Sorry. Growing Way is fidgeting with nervous energy, but is it from excitement or worry? Yeah, these guys are suspicious. Oh, what to do? I promised Living Way I'd help, but... No, I promised I'd help, so that's what I'll do. The archives are on the second floor of the main plaza, the eastern wing. Follow me. I suspect the Lopowitz are up to something, but if there's aught to be learned of the final days, I think it best we play along for now at least. Well, yes, information. Knowledge is power, as Khadgar would say. The archives are right through this door, but it seems to be locked. I guess we'll just have to go and find whoever has the key. Going away, enough. If you have naught else to tell us of the final days, you need only say so. We can ill afford to be wasting time here, as you well know. Did you yourselves not tell us we must act quickly? Yes, we did, but the moon was to be a perfect paradise for the people of Etheris, and we're running out of time to make everything ready for their revival. We hoped you'd see the wonders we have to offer, but you found nothing but faults and flaws in our work. Only one of you saw our potential, so you others must be kept here. Ah, so that's Livingway's game. Run us around in circles and failing that lock us away so we can't put the plan at risk. Everyone except Uyange. He understands what is at stake, what must be done. I fear you misjudged us, Growingway. Never have we decried the notion of using the moon as a means of escape. That said, my heart breaks at the thought of abandoning Etheris and her reflections to their doom. If there is a way to avert the final days, I wish to find it. We all do. We may fail, but efforts would never be at the expense of your plans. But why would you take that risk? There's no room for ifs and maybes now. The people of Etheris will escape here to the moon. They'll be safe and we'll finally get to see all their happy smiling faces. I'm sorry, but we can't let you leave. We just can't. Oh dear. Do what you must, but try not to hurt them. I'll be back in a moment. Don't do anything rash while I'm gone. If we dally, they'll overwhelm us with sheer numbers. I say we knock these ones out, split up and make our way to the exits. Let's reconvene where Argos awaits outside. Oh dear, this is all going very badly. Fire and Moonstone? Yeah, you guys aren't exactly fighters, are you? Whee! Where am I going? This way. Yeah, I do kind of feel sorry for them, but there is just something a little bit sinister about the whole thing. Mind you, I suppose if they are creations of Hydaelyn, then they are essentially tempered. Good, you're here. I must hurry to the Watcher's Palace and find Uyange. Speaking of...
And what, pray tell, do we seek at the Watcher's Palace?
Oh, come off it, friend. You know full well why we're here. The time has come for you to return to Etheris and help your brethren prepare for their journey here and beyond.
Forgive me, Livingway, but I cannot in good conscience proceed with this plan.
Huh? But what about the final days? The death and the doom? Oh, we have to hurry before it's too late.
Your unflagging commitment to your duty is endearing, to say the least.
Oh, bugger!
Be at ease. They bear you no grudge, nor do I. How could we, having come to understand your purpose? For millennia, you and yours worked tirelessly towards the singular purpose of this heavenly vessel's construction. An arduous feat by any measure.
Still don't trust
It
you.
is clear you have spared no effort. Why, your very names are a testament to your dedication.
Our names? I'm not sure I understand what you're getting at.
Names are an expression of the self, a declaration of one's hopes and aspirations. Your use of contemporary, uncomplicated nomenclature doth ensure clarity of purpose.
Irony.
There can be no doubt that your love for the people of Atheris is boundless and pure.
Yes! Yes! A most mellifluous phrasing.
Yes. And you would say that.
We Loperids were born of Heideland's love for Atheris. That shining, shimmering blue jewel, brightest star in the sky, brimming with life and possibilities. For as long as I can remember, I've toiled in anticipation of the day when this vessel might be needed. All I've ever wanted was to meet those she cherished so dearly, to serve and serve well.
And I suppose there is that horrible issue of, well, what happens if they're not needed?
That goes for all of us, don't you see? So help us help them. Lead them here where we can keep them safe.
How are we...
If there's anything wrong with what we've built, we'll fix it. We'll make it right.
And if it comes to it, I'm sure it'll be fine.
Your works want not for repair. Yet there remaineth much for you to learn of men and your own kin besides. Singing Way, thy name bespeaketh more than the simple marriage of rhythm and rhyme. The songs of Atheris are beyond counting, and span the length and breadth of emotion. Maps are monuments to man's pioneering spirit and his devotion to charting the furthest reaches of our star. Many have devoted their lifetimes to exploratory pursuits, to venture unto the highest mountains and the deepest oceans in search of unknown frontiers. And thou, my friend, I do not think we've met.
My name is Puddingway.
Puddingway? Yes, indeed. A name of deep and abiding significance, I'm sure, but one perhaps better communicated through delicious deeds than tasteless words.
Nice catch,
Judicious
Yuanshe.
application of fey magics at a later juncture may be appropriate.
What? Wait. What?
And Living Way. 'Tis no easy feat to convey the significance of thy moniker. When I was a bookish boy, a dear friend of mine was fond of peppering me with questions as I read, to my occasional annoyance.
This is Moonbreeder.
One day, I posed to her a question of mine own. What doth it mean to live? After much contemplation, she proffered this answer. The anticipation of a half-read story's conclusion. The hope today's mistake may serve as tomorrow's lesson. The wish that a new acquaintance may one day call thee friend. She believed it to be all these moments and more.
understand, but
I, too, still labor to find mine own answer. 'Twould be my pleasure to assist you and yours in embarking on a journey of self-discovery and enlightenment.
And now all their eyes flash red. And they go evil. Maybe not.
For thee.
A pretty bottle.
Ink as blue as the waters of Aetheris. Made in haste, though I assure thee, the quality has not suffered for it. The people need not be persuaded by honeyed words. Nay, I have faith they shall do what is right in due course. Until they do, I beg your patience, friends. And with that ink, let us fill the empty pages of Living Way's compendium. An open exchange of ideas will surely afford you all a better understanding of modern man, and with it, ideas for improvements and renovations.
We just hope we don't have to use them.
But more importantly, it shall empower us to together find a way forward.
Nod. Well said, Urianger.
I hope you're right. Thank you for this lovely gift.
And now...
There you have it. I shall remain with the Loporrits to ensure that all is in order. Though we must needs prepare for every eventuality, you would all agree that the evacuation of our star is a last resort. To accept failure is to accept the demise not only of our star, but that of Reen's, of all reflections, and the souls that call them home.
Yep.
Which is why I have every faith that you shall fight to the last, that such drastic measures may prove unnecessary.
Should the worst come to the worst, and I pray deeply that it won't, I'll take comfort in knowing preparations were made under your watchful eye.
Aye, thou mayest be assured that if calamity cometh, not a soul will be left behind. If being the operative term.
Yes. Oh. That flower. How came it into your possession? Heidelin. How very like her. Guided by its light, you may come to know her true intentions. Intentions which remain a mystery even to us. Does Heidelin want a successor? In our time we called it Elpis. You would do well to remember the name. Except I need to write it down because I won't. Elpis flower. Yeah, the fact that they don't know Heidelin's true intentions worries me. You know, they keep on going on about how benevolent and wonderful she is, and I don't know, maybe I'm just skeptical about people saying that people are good these days.
I hate to interrupt, but I feel like I need to make amends for all the secrecy.
Yep, you do.
Think nothing of it. We haven't been the most gracious of guests. Do convey our apologies to Growing Way and the others.
But of course! And when next we welcome more guests from Aetheris, we'll have learned to be much more hospitable hosts. Oh, and circling back to the matter of inappropriate secrecy, we ought to discuss our benefactors.
Agreed. The Charleyan Forum, yes?
What? How did you know?
Because we're not that stupid.
The more I heard, the more obvious it became. The Forum's aims align closely with those of your anonymous patrons. A telling coincidence would be an understatement. Though had we not taken it upon ourselves to peruse certain restricted tones in Labyrinthos, we might still be unaware of their plans. But let us continue this discussion upon our return. I dare say we have kept Alphino and the others waiting long enough.
Yes, this is going to be an interesting story to tell the younglings. Well, I mean, yes. There's little I can do to help stop the final days, but should you need to know of star traversal, look no further. Such knowledge I can offer in abundance, so do not hesitate if you find yourself wanting. Why does Hydaelyn know about star traversal? I suppose she did speak to Midgard-Soma, didn't she? And Midgard-Soma obviously has travelled between stars. Oh, that was all rather embarrassing, wasn't it? At least we're on the same page now, people and Aetheris. We'll save both, or at least give it a good try. Make sure everyone listens to Urianger, will you? Nice to meet you. Name's Puddingway. Sorry again for all the trouble. We promise we'll do better. Honest. The others will be so happy to hear Urianger is going to stay and teach us all about Aetheris. We'll have to be careful not to get too distracted by his lessons. There's still maintenance to carry out after all. Well, I mean, if you ever need any decent naps. The Loprich think so highly of the people of Aetheris, yet it seems the evacuation plan is the only way they know to express their adoration. If we'd been more clear in our intentions at the start, maybe we could have avoided this wrinkle. Something to keep in mind in the future. A declaration of hope and aspirations. I hadn't thought of it that way before. The Loprich may be in good hands now, but that doesn't change the fact that their plan is the last resource I'd rather not employ. Let's see it doesn't come to that. I chanced to spy you crossing the chasm and feared something was amiss. But all is well, and more importantly, I have been given the opportunity to behold a wonderful sight. Keep the Elpis close, and its light will be your guide. It was a relief to see Livingway was pleased with my gift of ink. To serve and serve well. Though their knowledge may be lacking, their boundless love is a blessing without peer. It will be no easy task to prepare them for what must needs be done, but gladly do I embrace this duty, even if it doth necessitate that we part ways for a time. Forgive me my absence, but I have the utmost faith in you, in all our fellow scions. When next I return to Aetheris, I pray I find you all in good health and good spirits. Right. Anyway, that is going to do it for that episode. I have a lot of questions. I have a lot of questions about the nature of Hydaelyn. What will happen to them now that Zodiac is gone? And just generally if they can be trusted. I mean, yes, we've been given free will as far as we know. And independence, but that whole free at last thing. Unless that wasn't Hydaelyn that was saying that. Unless, here's a theory. The thing beneath the earth, the wailing, is some corruption, some cancer within the live stream. And something that wasn't understood. Not even by the ancients, but Zodiac did and was keeping it in check. But with Zodiac gone, that cancerous element is now free. Because they've always described Hydaelyn as being the will of the star. But maybe it's not quite the same thing. Maybe Hydaelyn was a manifestation of something entirely different, and the star has a will of its own anyway. Don't know. Plenty to think about. What level quest are we up to now? Are we up to 85 yet? Or are we still on 84? Still on 84. Your excursion on the moon concluded. Stola is keen to return to Etheris. We shall do that next time. Thank you very much for watching, folks. Apologies for these videos not having a huge amount of energy. I'm just exhausted. If you did like the video, regardless of its obvious faults, do please leave a like, and I will hopefully catch you all in the next one, where I will try and pep things up a little bit. Until then, happy endwalking. Cheerio. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, why not click the like button and consider subscribing. Remember, you can ring the bell notification icon to get notified when new videos go live. And until next time, cheerio.